So hello and welcome back to Go Again Gaming. My name is Az, and today this is another MTG Spotlight video coming at you with one of the new spoilers that you've just seen from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms D&D set for Magic the Gathering, and it's just a big red dragon. It's part of the Mythic Dragon cycle. So obviously you've got the big zombie dragon, the forest dragon, the water dragon, and the white dragon. I can't remember what it is, the white one. Nobody cares about white. But this is the red dragon. So this is the absolute OG, big, burny red dragon. So, yeah, I had to cover this. It's going to go straight in my Ataka World Render deck. It's probably going to replace Furyborn Hellkite, potentially, but we'll see. But yeah, this is Inferno of the Star Mounts. This has been translated from Italian, so the name could still be subject to change for the English printing. So it's a legendary creature dragon, so it could also be your commander if you so wished it to be in a mono red deck. And it can't be countered. Brilliant. It's a 6/6 flying haste, and it costs red, and 4, so 6 mana for a 6/6 flying haste that cannot be countered. So that sort of throws me a bit back to the Rorik's Bladewing of old, the 6/5 flying haste for 6 mana. So yeah, definitely a little bit of a trip down memory lane with regards to that. So yeah, love it. And it also has pay a red. Inferno of the Star Mounts gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So basically it has fire breathing on there as well. But when its power becomes 20 this way, Inferno of the Star Mounts deals 20 damage to any target. So you've got an activated ability, but then you also have a triggered ability on the end of that sentence. So any sort of triggered ability doublers are going to double this up. So you pay the red, when its power becomes 20 this way, it deals 20 damage to any target. So if you've got an triggered ability that triggers off of that, you're going to get it twice. So you've got like Stranic Resonator is one. You've got Lithoform Engine, another one. I think there's a few others that copy triggered abilities out there. But that's something that immediately springs to mind with this sort of interaction, because it's a triggered ability. So brilliant. When its power becomes 20 this way, it deals 20 damage to any target. So you copy that triggered ability with Lithoform Engine or Stranic Resonator, potentially twice, potentially doing 60 damage to someone's face, or 20 damage here, 20 damage there with triggered ability copiers. So that's very, very good. So definitely run those sort of stuff in there. What I also thought of as well is obviously the mana generation for this sort of strategy. So you want to have big red mana in this deck. So there's a few examples like Iron Crag Feet, because that cares about the downside to that is not being able to cast more than one spell in the turn, but that doesn't really matter with this because you're just fueling an activated ability. You've got Mana Geyser, which is probably one of the best red ramp cards or red explosive cards that you can have access to. And then there's also stuff like Koth of the Hammer, a great mono-red legendary planeswalker character, which his -2 is you add red for each mountain you control. And in a deck like this, you're probably going to be running a lot, if not all, mountains in the deck. So that's a good way of exploding out of nowhere with this commander or this creature. And of course, then you've also got damage doublers as well, which would just be horrendous in this type of deck with Inferno of the Star Mounts at the helm. Dealing 20 damage is going to be lethal, or lethal to people's life, or lethal to people's creatures anyway, let alone if you're doubling the damage with gratuitous violence or something like that, or if you're tripling the damage with Fiery Emancipation. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and I can see some huge burns going on with this at casual commander tables. So yeah, it's just fantastic card. I'm not going to use it as a commander myself, but I'm definitely going to put it in my Grawl Dragon deck with Ataka at the helm. And again, this would be very, very good even if it just swung in. You know, it's a 6/6 flying haste, so with Ataka leading this into battle, it's going to immediately be swinging in for 6 double strike damage, which is great. And then you can also pay a red to make it even stronger. without even having to activate the ability. So yeah, I think it's all round very, very good. In my particular deck as well, because it's red and green, I've got like Zendikar Resurgent in there, so obviously that doubles the amount of mana produced, so that could also be quite good for generating lots of red mana. But it's just a big, huge dragon with flying and haste. It can't be countered. Fantastic card. And yeah, very, very pleased to see something like this finally appearing as a big, massive red dragon that does care about actually breathing fire. So what are your thoughts? What do you think could work well with this really, really awesome creature? Leave a comment in the section below. Would love to hear your thoughts. How can we make it deal 20 damage multiple times? I'm sure there's a better magic mind out there than me. But that's the sort of interactions that I thought of. So leave your comment in the section below. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And we'll see you on the next video. Peace.